Stop looking towards a hopeless hope. Seek for a permanent freedom. Stop looking forward to a hopeless hope. Seek for a permanent freedom. That is the message of today. So many people are looking forward to a hopeless hope. Even a place where they know there is no hope. You see them pretending to have hope there. They are pretending to have hope. A place they know very well that there is no hope in this very place. And you see them pretending, you see them trying to do certain things, pretending that there is hope. That is a place where there is no hope. Definitely you see, it is clear, very clear, there is no hope there. But you see them pretending at all times, trying to show you there is hope, there is this and there is that. That is what I do here, to tell you that that place you're looking at, there's no road there. There's no road there. You see, I heard a program today, earlier in the day, when we were discussing about the issue of P2B as a presidential candidate and what he can offer if he will be able to change the situation of things. And he saw in everything we were saying there, in the argument we were saying, and those who were in support and those who were for and against, the most important thing that every one of us agree to is that the Nigeria is not workable. The most important thing we agree with is that the system there is a problem. We have a systemic problem. And the important thing that we agree at is that that systemic problem can only be managed when you destroy the foundation, because the foundation is faulty. You cannot be building something on nothing. Already we know that the contraption called Nigeria wasn't formed to satisfy anybody. It wasn't there to stand for any tribe, not for any religion, not to prosper any indigenous tribe. Initially, that contraption called Nigeria was established by British as a company. It's a company, and it was established for their own interest, not for your interest, not for my interest. That is one of the major reasons why we must have to stay focused when we are talking about the issue of Nigeria. Each time we are discussing anything that has to do with that very contraption called Nigeria, you have to have it at the back of your mind that from the beginning, from the onset, Nigeria was not meant to be a country. It wasn't meant to be a country. Everything from the beginning to the end, the people were forced together. The amalgamation was a force. It wasn't a normal agreement. Nobody agreed into such kind of amalgamation. Putting people who have different diversity, people who doesn't have anything in common, people who are very different in everything, in the manner they think, the way they do things, everything is different. And they force them together, match them together. And since then, the result has been always insecurity. The result has always been failure. The result has always been death upon death. The result has always been setback. And it will continue to be so until you look at the foundation. The problem you have in Nigeria is a foundational problem. It is not something, it is not leadership, it's not economy or whatever it is. No matter the kind of leader you bring, as long as that leader is going to build on that faulty foundation, he or she will never succeed. As long as that very person is going to build on that faulty foundation, he or she will never succeed. That is the obvious truth. You can continue to deny it. You can continue to pretend about it. You can continue to encourage yourself by having a hopeless hope. But it can never be well anywhere. It can never ever be good anywhere. As long as you are still building on that faulty foundation. You remember when Michael Zogamo was speaking in the court of Asula in Ghana, he said that you can't build something on nothing. And that is the situation of Nigeria. Everybody you see coming out today say they want to contest for presidency. It doesn't matter whom you are. Every single one of them contest for president today, they are trying to build something on nothing. Every single one of us that can tell ourselves the truth know the fault of the contraption called Nigeria. That the problem of Nigeria is foundational. Until you destroy that foundation and build a new one, every other thing you are making, everything you are doing is a joke. It's not a joke. Anything you are saying you are doing is a joke. They spend their money, spend their time, spend their effort in oppressing people, suppressing the truth, and covering the truth. They spend their time, they spend their money playing drama, just showing drama to the world. That is what they do. But as they are showing that drama, that is why we are on social media. Even as they are suppressing my platform, you see the way they are oppressing the platform. They chase away the viewers. They make sure they block the viewers not to get notification. Even when you get notification and you come in, they will kick you out. This is what the contraption called Nigeria is doing. They don't want the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. But are they going to stop us? They can't stop me. Even as I'm preaching, if at the end of the day they end up in blocking everybody from watching me, I will still send my message after broadcasting. Later on, people can still make it. If it is 50 people that watch it, if it is 30 people that watch it, if it is 10 people, those 10 people will extend the message to the other 10. That 10 will become 20, and that 20 will extend to another 20. It will become 40. That 40 will extend to another 20. It will be 80. So I'm not bothered about their operation in the comment section or in the viewers. You see the way they are oppressing the viewers. I had a program in the afternoon. You saw people who came. If you see my followers there, I have numerous number of followers who can follow what is happening and listen. But they will not allow them to come in. They stop them from getting the notification. And when they succeed in getting the notification, they will make sure they kick them out. Just to make sure they demoralize us, and so we can stop giving out the information or passing the message. But they cannot stop me or demoralize me. It doesn't matter what they do. Even if I come, sometimes I make video. I talk to myself. I make video on myself, just alone. I make my video and post it. And when I post it, people are going to watch it. So whatever operation that is happening, don't bother yourself about how many people that is watching. If it's one people or two people, just make sure you share. As you are watching, you share. If you share to one person, that person will share to another person will share to another, and they will get the truth. And as long as I continue to come online here, I will say the truth and nothing but the truth. They can't stop me. Social media, I thank Chukwu Okukariwa, who gave our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu the strength and knowledge and that wisdom to encourage us to go into the social media. And today, we are in charge in social media. The Biafran people are in charge of the social media. Speaking the truth, setting the record straight, bringing the information to the world of the true situation in that contraption called Nigeria. No matter the games they are playing, talking about them, you and I know that election can never solve the problem of Nigeria. Election will never, ever solve the problem of Nigeria. I'm not just the one saying it. You know something, when we say certain things on social media, simply because we are on the social media saying it, people don't believe. People will think we are making noise. They say you are a noisemaker, you don't have a job, you don't have this. But everything I'm telling you here, there are videos of proof, there are videos to back it up, and some people whom you respect so much, they have said this in one time or the other in their conventional media. They have spoken about it. In international media, they have spoken about it. But some of us who found ourselves in that very contraption called Nigeria, some of us, it doesn't matter the area, some people from the Ududua land, from Biafra land, from the Middle Belt, from the Arewa side, they don't have that mental capacity to keep information in their head. They don't have mental capacity to keep information in their head. And that is our duty on social media. Sometimes when some informations are decimated on social media, we keep record. When it happens that they begin to change the narrative and begin to tell us a different thing, we go and pull out those videos to remind you, look at what this person has said in the past. Look at what they said. Look at what he's planning. Look at what he can do. And we'll put it to your face. Then you begin to understand. That is what I do here. That is what so many other Biafra agitators are doing. And we'll continue to do so. We continue to do so. It doesn't matter how they try to stop us, hinder us, make their blackmail, block us, do that, shut us down. We cannot stop. We continue to say this thing. See what we are saying? Stop having a hopeless hope. And as for Biafrans, the only thing we are seeking for is our permanent freedom. We don't need that your temporary patting at the back. You want to pat us at the back. After patting us at the back, the next few minutes, you begin to take our life. That is not what we want. We don't want a temporary joy or a temporary freedom. We want a permanent freedom. A permanent freedom that will be celebrated, and our children, unborn children will come out and enjoy that freedom. That is what we are looking for. We are not seeking for our own generation to have a little calm. We have a little calm. At the end of the day, we will give birth to children. We will come and begin to talk the same way I'm talking online today. But I don't want to see that. I don't want my children to begin to campaign for a better nation again. I don't want that. I want to finish it in my own generation. I want to end it in my own generation. That is why I'm saying that we have to pursue that only alternative that is going to give us a permanent freedom, which is Biafra. This is what I'm asking for. Anything that has to do with their politics and the election, we cannot be part of it. It is not out of hatred. It is not out of anything. We are saying it because we want to save life. We want to save life of our unborn children. We want to save the future of the young ones and the children. We want to save their future. That is what we are trying to do. It is not out of hate of anybody. If you feel you want to sell out your own future and that of your children, that is your own personal business. Go ahead and sell their future. But there are, let me tell you, in Biafra land, 99.9% of Biafrans, they want to be free and they want a permanent freedom. That is what we're asking for. A permanent freedom, not a temporary one. We don't want any distraction for anybody. That is why when you see people talking about P2B and preaching, first of all, they will come with the blackmail. They will come with the blackmail of telling you that P2B is an Igbo person like you. P2B is from your same area, and you've been crying before, you've been marginalized. Now they want to support your own person, and you're not supporting. That is a blackmail. What sort of support are you giving? That is not what we're asking. What you have to look at is, what are the majority of the people in the Biafra asking for? What are the majority of the people in the Southeast asking for? What do they want? Pursue that thing which they are demanding for. That's what you have to do. Not to begin to do whatever you are doing. Supporting P2B on campaigning for him is for your own selfish interest. It's for the interest of the caliphate, not for the interest of the ordinary man. It's for the interest of the British and the caliphate that they have handed over their affairs to run for their own favor. And that is why we cannot fall victim to that very idea. We don't want to be part of it. No matter how they try to push that blackmail, do not allow them to blackmail you into that hopeless hope. There's no hope there. There's no hope there. If anybody is telling you that P2B is going to come to change anything, he cannot change a shit. We are talking about 4 years here. We are talking about 4 years. If he succeeds in that 4 years, he cannot change anything within that 4 years. He cannot change the constitution. He cannot bring security. He cannot even the economy he's talking about, he cannot change the economy. Even when we know that the economy is not the problem. Economy is not the problem of the contract called Nigeria. But because of the hunger that is in the area, because of the deception, they will try to project economy. They will tell you the problem is economy. The problem of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is not economy. It is not. After all, Nigeria has won at the time. There has been a time we had that they are the highest growing economy in Africa. The highest growing economy in Africa. Even as at that very point in time, there were still killings, there were still deaths in that same contraption. There was still insecurity everywhere. When they were the highest growing economy in Africa, there were still insecurity everywhere. Every one of us saw it. There was still insecurity. So the problem is not economy. The diversity of the country is so much that there is nobody that can manage it. It's not manageable. The kind of diversity we have in Nigeria cannot be managed. The only permanent solution is what? Disintegration. Disintegration. And we are asking for that disintegration out of love. Out of love. That is why we are asking for it. It's not out of hate. We are demanding to get out of that very contraption, not because of our resources, not because we have a lot of resources, we want to go with oil. It's not about oil. It's not about your marginalization. It's not about marginalization. That's not the reason why we are asking for out. We are asking to get out of it to save life. Because the situation is consuming life. We have lost a lot of people already. And even as you're watching me, we are losing people. We are losing people. So when you see people who are asking for the end to that very contraption called Nigeria, it is not out of hate. It is out of love. Because we care about people. Because we care about the life of the indigenous tribes in that very contraption. The indigenous tribe. How can somebody become an endangered species in his own nation? How does it work? Even in the northern part of Nigeria, you see the Hausas crying on a daily basis. You see the Hausa people crying, sharing tears, the way their lives have been taken, the way their land have been taken, the way their place has been overtaken, the way some villages have been wiped away completely and the villages renamed. Including even Muslims themselves, Hausa Muslims, they are crying that their people are being decimated. There's one audio that I saw. Somebody was crying from the north. An audio message that the person sent. Because his life is at risk. He cannot be able to show his face. So many of us must have seen the audio message that was played. The situation in the northern part of Nigeria, people are crying, people are sharing tears. That the situation is what? They're crying for help, and nobody to help them anywhere. That their people are their life of their people have been taken away. Their farmers cannot go to farm. They have now run to the city, and there is hunger in the land. Even in the city, they are not protected. And nobody cares. No security is coming out anywhere to protect them. As you are watching this video, look at the situation of the northern part of Nigeria. Look at the kind of insecurity you have in the northern part of Nigeria. Northern part of Nigeria have totally fallen into the hand of the terrorists. But yet, the people who are supposed to talk about it are not talking about it. The government feels less concerned. Instead, they are focused on the southeastern region, pursuing what I do not know. The place they have problem, the place they have to show concern, they are not showing concern. They are focusing on the southeastern part of Nigeria. On Biafra land, that is where they are focusing mainly. The southern part of Nigeria, that is where the focus is. Chasing the Oduduwa people and the Biafra people. For no just cause. People that are asking for a legitimate right, their legitimate right, self-determination. Self-determination is a legitimate right of every human being on the planet Earth. International law supports it. African charter law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. That is why the case of self-determination is in the court, where they are talking about referendum. The case is in the court. For that case to be in the court and ready to be heard, it has been heard once and twice. It shows you that asking for self-determination is a legitimate right. But instead of the government to listen to them, what do? They unleash their weapon on Biafran people. As you're watching this video, every single one of you that is watching knows that IPOB, from inception, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this agitation, from the beginning, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started the agitation up to today, IPOB has been very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. They were holding only flag. And even up to today, they are still holding flag. They have branch all over the world. Any country that exists in this world, there is a member of IPOB. IPOB is in every country of the world. They are there. And nobody is banning them. We have not heard that IPOB went and burned any place abroad. We have not heard that IPOB attacked anybody abroad. We have not heard that IPOB went and committed suicide anywhere abroad. We have not had any report that IPOB committed any crime abroad. For years that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been running the affair. It has always been only protests. Peaceful protests they have been always doing. Even in that contraption called Nigeria, they have not been violent. They were using their flag. And while they were using their flag, they have been taking their life. The government have been taking their life at every point in time. Each time they come out, they are killed. Each time they come out, they are attacked. They unleash their military upon them. It has been happening for years. And nobody is talking. Every other region in that contraption called Nigeria, they pretend as if they are not seeing it. They pretend as if it doesn't concern them, it is not happening. But you know that the members of IPOB have been killed for many, many years ago. They have been killed. Each time they come out for protest, they be mowed down. In the South, they have been mowed down. They don't even give them opportunity to hear what they want to say. They continue to do this. But surprisingly today, when the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have seen the extent they are going, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not even go to fight. He didn't tell IPOB to go and pick arms and begin to fight. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went further when he saw that this thing have generated a different form, that the contraption called Nigeria cannot function. And he saw what is coming, the invasion of Nigeria by the taking over of Nigeria by the terrorists. He saw it, that Nigeria will be taken over by the Fulani terrorists. They are going to take over Nigeria. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that this is what is coming, what did he do? He didn't keep silent. He decided to form a security outfit to protect the Biafran people. The old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue, to protect them against the attack of the enemy. That was why he established the ESN. He established the ESN and he gave me instruction. Their own duty is on the bushes to stop the advancing terrorists. But today, you see propaganda is going anywhere, everywhere. They are saying that ESN is killing, ESN is doing that. Even the governors in the southeast, they are the ones that are superhiding the propaganda against the ESN, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They started with the propaganda. It wasn't enough. They went ahead and kidnapped him. They went to Kenya, kidnapped him against international law, and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And up to today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still suffering in the DSS on solitary confinement. And they are pretending as if it's not happening. They are talking about election. They are moving about their life, going about their life as if nothing is happening. Instead, what you will see on the media is a propaganda against the same people that have been oppressed and killed. And that is the mentality of a black man that gets worrisome. The mentality of a black man, mainly Nigerian, that gets worrisome is that they blame the victim instead of blaming the oppressor. They always blame the victim. When something happens, they keep on blaming the victim. That is what happens in Africa. They blame the victim. And that is why even when the Western world want to commit a crime, they wait until when that person gets to Africa, they will commit a crime in Africa, knowing fully well that is a place that rule of law does not work. That was why they were able to orchestrate the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, in African country, knowing fully well that there will be no consequence because it's in Africa. When are we going to learn a lesson and begin to hold people accountable? When are we going to begin to call oppressor an oppressor and stand beside the oppressed? When are we going to stop accusing the oppressed and accuse the oppressor? Today, go and say every propaganda in Nigeria today is against ESN, against the IPOB. Wherever any crime is being committed, that is their latest deal. Any place a crime is committed, they will tell you it's IPOB. They will tell you it's the ESN. They are members of ESN. They will go to the extent of bribing people against, up to the extent of telling cultists to confess to be members of ESN when they know that these people are not. They have nothing to do with ESN. You see, their military, they have intentionally gone to the southeastern part of Nigeria and they make sure that they create an insecurity, artificial insecurity created by themselves. They have created so much insecurity in southeastern part of Nigeria. Everything you are seeing in the southeast now insecurity is because of the presence of the military in Biafra land. When they came, they said they were going to have an operation for 3 months. Today, it's almost a year or more than a year. Almost a year or more than a year. They are still in the southeast doing what? What are you doing? They have taken so many lives. You saw in Imo State, when they killed until mortuary got filled up. Mortuary got filled up and there was no space again to take cops. And they announced that people should come and take their cops, even when they did not inform the people that their cops are there. And they gave them a massive burial. And when you have taken the life of people, destroyed their livelihood, destroyed their families, what do you expect them to do? There are so many groups today who are now aggrieved. They are aggrieved because they have lost every means of livelihood. And at the same time, after they take the life of the person, you will still be there parading and be patrolling. And you expect them to be watching you. You expect them to be watching you. That is why today the southeastern region have become so insecure. It has become so insecure. Those people that their families have been taken away, those people that livelihoods have been taken away from them, today they can't give salary anymore. They are taking vengeance. They are fighting back. Because even if an animal, you want to kill an animal, when you push an animal to the wall, the animal will fight back. Only a tree that you hear you want to kill him, and he will stand still. Go and get a chicken, or as they are celebrating their Salah, when you catch a ram you want to kill in the Salah time, the ram will struggle with you. It will struggle with you. You need to fight with it before you kill it. It cannot just wait and give you the neck to cut. It doesn't happen anywhere. No animal will give you the head to cut. And that is why they themselves created the insecurity. That is how they created the insecurity in Biafra land. The military, the Boko Haram military, they sent Biafra land. Go and see the videos. They are all there. They go to a home. They burn a house. You go to a house. You didn't see anybody. There's nobody in the house. Nobody is in the house. You set fire on the home of people. And when they come out, they become homeless. They are trying everything possible to create an IDP camp in southeastern part of Nigeria. They are trying everything possible to make sure they create an IDP camp in Biafra land. And Biafra said, no, we will not allow that. We said, no, we cannot allow them to create an IDP camp in Biafra land. And they are trying to do that every blessed day. That is why you see them going from one pillar to pole, doing one thing or the other, trying to fight against Biafran people, hindering people from doing what they're supposed to do. But how long shall we continue to permit this? How long shall we continue to tolerate this? We cannot continue to tolerate this or permit it. It is high time we wake up. Stop having a helpless hope. The only thing that can put an end to this very destruction, this very thing you are saying, is Biafra. Biafra is a child of necessity. Biafra is a child of necessity. That is how our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, described it. He described it that Biafra is a child of necessity. It's a place where the oppressed people run to. A place where the oppressed people go to as safety. A safe zone for oppressed people. That's what Biafra is. And today, in the situation of the country called Nigeria, the only safe place, the only thing that can bring sanity and safety is Biafra. Once Biafra comes, there will be safety everywhere. Oduduwa people will have their own nation. Oduduwa can be able to protect their own border and hold their border. Biafrans will protect their border and hold their border. The Middle Belters will protect their border, including Arewa. Arewa will now protect themselves and know those who are the main Fulanis who are from the country and those who are abroad. And then it will be their own. They will now be able to checkmate those Fulanis they are bringing from outside and know how to manage them. But you cannot be forcing your Fulanis you are bringing from outside and you don't want to force them to the south. You push them to the south and force the Southerners to accommodate them. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. This is not how it works. You see, as we are preaching and passing information, they are attacking the brokers. They are trying to make sure that our information doesn't go out. But we are speaking of the truth. It's not out of hate. It's out of love that we are saying it. Out of love. But how can you make peace with somebody who doesn't want the peace? No matter how we try to have a peaceful nation, a place where people will have a balanced place to live, no matter how we try to make that peace, the people we are dealing with do not want peace. They don't want peace. And tell me, how can you have peace with somebody who doesn't want peace with you? The only way you can have peace with somebody who don't have peace with you is either to run away or to die. To stay away or to die. The more you continue to establish with peace with somebody who wants to take you away, somebody who is fighting by all means possible to see that you don't exist, somebody whom you know that his plan is to make sure that you no longer exist, and you are bent on forcing yourself to that very person. Somebody say, I don't want you, and you're forcing yourself to that very person. You will end up in grave. That is where you have that peace you are fighting for, because the peace, you are the only one looking for the peace. Your opponent is not looking for the peace. Since you are bent on forcing peace, you are going to pay for that peace with your own blood. That is how it works. If you don't want to pay for your blood with your blood, what you have to do is to stay away. To stay away. Once you have extended your hand of peace and you see that your partner doesn't want that peace, the only solution that will keep you alive and make you have that peace you want is for you to stay away. Walk away. If you don't walk away, then be ready to have your peace in the burial ground. That is, go to burial ground. You see a lot of people, peaceful people, they are lying peacefully. Go to burial ground. That is the place you see the rich and the poor, the wicked and the good. They stay in one place peacefully. Only in a burial ground. Apart from burial ground, there is no place again where you see an enemy, which is living peacefully with an enemy. You cannot live peacefully with your enemy. The only place you will see enemies living peacefully is in the graveyard. In the cemetery. That is where you see people living peacefully. Both the wicked, both the poor, the wretched, both, regardless of your religion, whatever you are. Once you go there, you will see people, regardless of your belief and your value system or whatever. In the graveyard, everybody converge there. And they stay peacefully. So if you want to have that kind of a peace, have peace with your enemy, be ready to join people in the graveyard. But I tell you, the Biafran people are not ready for that kind of peace. We have lost a lot. More than 5 million Biafrans lost and still counting. Even as you're watching the video, we are still losing our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. We are losing so many of our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. And people are going about their business as if nothing happens. Nobody cares. Nobody reports it. The conventional media has been hijacked. The conventional media can never ever give us the information of what is happening. Go to conventional media. And when conventional media cannot report it, what are you expecting the international media to say? They wouldn't say anything, so you wouldn't blame them. If your conventional media cannot tell them what is happening in your area, who again do you think can tell them? That is where we come in the social media. It is our coming into social media. When you see Biafrans invading the social media today, it's not because we are jobless. It is not because there is something we are getting. It's not because we are getting one thing or the other. The most important reason we are coming to social media, that every one of us have come, is because of the situation of the Zoological Republic, because of our life, because of the way we have been kept, and nobody is fighting for us. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Chukwu Okike Abịama gave him that inspiration. Gave him that inspiration to go through the social media. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was able to turn things around through the social media. Things that look impossible. People who claim to not to know, who refuse to hear. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came on the picture. And when he came into the picture, he began to preach the message. He sent out information and people begin to listen. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu awareness is top notch. His awareness creation is number one. You cannot beat it. You can't beat it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu awareness creation. It wasn't only to wake up the Biafran people. He woke up the Biafran people. Biafran people came together, begin to see themselves as one. It wasn't only about the Biafran people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went further to sensitize and wake up our neighbors, our brothers in Oduduwa land. Our brothers in Oduduwa land stood their ground. And today, I can tell you that our brothers in Oduduwa land, they are even fighting more than we are fighting. They are fighting on the ground, doing great things, asking for their freedom. He didn't stop there. The awareness touched the middle belt. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu reached out to the middle belt. And today, the middle belters are standing their ground. Today, they know. They will come out. You see their leader telling you that they don't not. All along, they have been carrying them as northerners. They use them to carry the number. They use them to win vote. They use them to do all manner of evil. They use them even to take the life of people from the southern part of Nigeria. Today, the middle belt have rejected and say they are not. Kudos to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his awareness creation. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu courage. His courage to come out and speak about the situation of the contract called Nigeria gave so many people courage to come out and speak. It was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that made it possible that people to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu message kill that language that says that the unity of Nigeria is non negotiable. Do you hear it again? Do you hear that word again? Initially, the national anthem in that very country is that the unity of Nigeria is non negotiable. That is the national anthem before. But today you don't hear it anymore. You don't hear that the unity of Nigeria is non negotiable anymore. Formally, that was their national anthem. Each time when you come, they come there and convention and they tell you that unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. Today, they have accepted. At least they have accepted that it's negotiable. They have come on their national media and accept that it is negotiable. All kudos to Mazen Nadekam. That is the power of the media. The power of the media. Even in the north, Mazen Nadekam was able to wake up even the Hausas. The Hausas today know that they have been decimated. They know that they have their own language. They know they have to do something. They know they have to look for their freedom also. So when you see us talking about the freedom, it is not just about the Biafran people. It is a freedom that is going to involve everybody. The coming of Biafra is going to unleash freedom. Freedom that is going to affect even the enemy. Even our enemies, they will be freed. They will definitely be freed. Our enemies will be freed. Everybody is going to be free. You be on your own. Everything you want to practice, if you want to be anything you want to be, is to your tent, O Israel. You want to worship anything you want to worship, it's your business. But every religion must be on their own. That is why I say every one of us have to follow that very solution. We know the solution to the problem of Nigeria. It doesn't matter, even those who are lying, even those one Nigerianists. The one Nigerianists are the ones I'm writing about. They're the one that is creating that hopeless hope. Those one Nigerianists, those who are protecting the same one Nigeria because of their evil agenda, because of their fraudulent actions, because of their fraudulent wealth, because they know that if a sane country begins to exist, they cannot be valued anymore. They know that if you have a responsible country, they cannot be reasonable again, they cannot be responsible, they cannot be rich anymore. That is why you see so many of them supporting that very one Nigeria. Apart from that, one Nigeria cannot add anything to their life. And they themselves know. It can never add value to their life. It will not add value to any one of them. They know very well. And sometimes they confess this on their confession.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of goldy plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.